Hi, welcome to the Gamesplainer. I'm Jeff the Gamesplainer, and today I'm gamesplaining Machi Koro 2. So this is Machi Koro 2 set up as a 2-player game. Each player starts with 5 money. Before the game actually starts, you will be purchasing 3 buildings. So you've got a starting point with each of them. You have 5 money to spend on those 3 buildings. It's up to you what you get. So this player, to start with, thinks he might get that flower garden, so that's 2 money, goes to him and flip that out. This player thinks that it might be worth getting that flower garden also. So they've basically done the same thing to start with. So whenever there's 2 cards that are exactly the same, they go on top of each other. So you've always got 5 unique cards to choose from. This player likes the look of that forest. It's going to cost him the other 3 money, so he's only going to be starting with 2 cards rather than 3, but that's not too much of a drama. This player will get the wheat field for 1 more money, and then he thinks it might be worth his while to get the bakery as well for 1 more money, and he has 1 money left over. So because these are going to flow outwards, I'll just keep them below each other for the moment. Normally it'd just be a lineup of your own stuff. We'll see how we go with the spacing as we go through the game. So now that that has happened, we go into the game. The whole idea is there are 2 dice. I know it sounds like a dice game, but it's not. You are selecting if you choose to roll 1 die or roll 2 dice. If you roll 1 die, everyone who has the number showing of what has been rolled, so let's just go with that. So number 3, everyone who has a number 3 will be able to get income. This guy only has a 4 and a 5. This guy has a 1, 2, and a 4. This card only gains income on the person's actual turn. So the blue card, for example, if he had rolled a 4, this would have got income and this one would have got income, because the blue cards, they get income on everyone's roll. If either of them had a red card in front of them, that activates on an opponent's turn only. If either of them had a purple card, that would activate on their turn only. There is an order of activation, so if you happen to have all 4 of those card types, I'll just bring these forward for the second, if they happen to have the same number, they don't, I'm aware of that, but if they did happen to have the same number, the red one would activate first, then the blue and green ones, and then the purple one. The reason for that is red ones will mean you take money from other players. If they don't have any money, then you are not able to take any money, but they'll then get money in for the blue and green. So you're kind of taking first, then they're getting income. The next step is that you build. So if you have not got any money, which this guy doesn't, before you start building, you will take 1 money. That will allow you to get a something. And so for 1 money, he can either get a cafe or he could get a wheat field or a bakery or a convenience store. And he thinks it might be worth his while to get the wheat field. So that costs that 1 money. That new card is always brought straight out. So they're always showing 5 fresh buildings. It's then the other person's turn. The other person chooses, once again, he's only got up to 4, so he'll roll the 1 die, and he's rolled 2, which means this guy gets 1 coin income from his wheat field. This guy gets 1 coin income from his wheat field, and he gets 2 more income because of that too. He can now spend up to 3 if he wishes. He doesn't have to spend the entire amount. He could spend a 1 or a 2 if he wanted, and he thinks he'll just spend the 1 and get the cafe. Notice I'm moving these out so that they're always in numeric order. It just makes it a little bit easier for when you're playing to be able to scan across and see, oh, I need to score the 3s. For example, they'll take income or do whatever their card says. That in essence is the game, and we continue the game until 3 of these landmarks have been purchased. You'll notice there are 3 different values on there. So when you purchase the landmark, the very first landmark you get is going to cost a smaller amount further to the left. When you purchase your second landmark, it will cost 16 or whatever the middle number is. And when you purchase your third landmark, then that will cost you the larger amount. Please notice that when you purchase your third landmark, the game ends immediately upon you building that third landmark. Whoever builds the third landmark wins the game. You'll notice that many of the landmarks have this symbol on the bottom of it. That means it's an ongoing effect and affects all players. So looking for the in brackets bit for if it affects the all players, the green ones affect the builder only. And there are some that have a instant effect. So if this card is built, you might build in the first round for 45, you win the game immediately by building this single building. Or this one, where you take a coin from each opponent for each of those establishments they own, but that's a one-off. So let's keep moving forward. We come over to this player, it's their turn. Once again, they only have the up to 5, so it's no point in rolling 2 dice yet. And he's rolled a 1, which means the wheat field happens, so he gets 1 money. This wheat field happens, so he also gets 1 money. Now this guy can purchase for 2, and he thinks he might actually get the sushi bar. So that's another 1. Notice it's whenever the opponent rolls a 1 that he'll get the benefits. Okay, back over to this player who's rolled a 3. So these 2 cards action, there's no 3s up there. So that's on an opponent's turn, which means it doesn't action, but this one does. He gets 2 coins from the bank, and he now has 5 coins, so he can purchase up to 5 if he wishes, and he thinks he might actually purchase that one for 2 coins. So what that's going to do for him is whenever he rolls a 10 or 11, he'll get 2 coins for each of this symbol that he owns. We bring another card out. It's this player's turn. So he'll roll 1 die, and he's rolled a 1, which means the wheat field happens, so he gets 1 money. This guy's wheat field also happens, so he gets 1 money. And he thinks he will get the bakery with his 1 money. Down to the bottom player. Actually, for the moment, he'll just keep rolling the 1. So he gets a 4, which is that one. So he gets 2 more money. He also gets 2 money, and he thinks that he might spend 3 money to get the forest. Put out another card, and we're back over to this player who rolls a 6. There aren't any 6s there. There aren't any 6s there, so no one gets any income. Oh, that should be a single. Sorry, I do apologize. That should have been a single he brought out, which means he has 2 money to spend. I've just noticed that he's got 2 convenience stores out, so they should be on top of each other. So I do apologize. I'm not sure how long they've been out. That's another flower shop, so that should be on top of the other flower shop, as should that one. What he might do is actually purchase another wheat field, so he will purchase that. Now that goes over the top of the other wheat field, and what that means is whenever 1 or 2 is rolled, he will now get 2 money in instead of just the 1. So you action both cards when they come in. Notice that's another convenience store. That's another cafe. There we go. Okay, over to the other player who will roll the 1 die, and he's rolled a 2, which means these 2 are going to action, and that's going to action. So he is going to get 2 money. He is going to get 1 money for that and 2 for that, so it's 3 money total. And he actually thinks he might purchase that mine. So it's 4 money going in, and he gets the mine. So that's going to give him a fair payout if an 11 or 12 is rolled. We flip that over again and move forward. This guy's turn. Once again, he's still rolling just the 1 die. He's rolled a 2, which is all of these. This one will get just the single wheat field. This guy's getting 2 wheat fields. And the bakery, which is 2 money. So he's got 7 money. He thinks it might be worth his while to actually get this second flower shop for 2 money. And we come to the other player. The other player is actually going to play both dice now. He's rolled an 8. No one has an 8, so there's no income on that whatsoever. He thinks he might spend the 3 money to get that stadium. Okay, so we have 1 player here and 1 player there who is spreading out. Back up to this player who once again is just going to play with the 1 die. He's rolled a 2. So these ones are all actioning. This gets 1 money for this player. But up here we get 2 money for the wheat field and 2 money for the bakery. He's got 9 money total. What he's looking for is 12 money to be able to get one of those cards at the top. He thinks he'll use 1 money to get the flower shop. So he's now covered for anything on the single die. So he'll be able to get an income or do something whenever the single die rolls a number. Down here, we're going to stick with the double die, looking for the big hits. And we've hit a 5, which is that. So he gets 2 coins. This player also gets 2 coins. Okay, using the 3 coins, he's going to use 1 coin to get the 8. Back over to the top player. He's rolling 1. So I should have replaced that card before the roll happened. I do apologize. So he's rolled a 2, which means this player gets 1 coin. This player gets 2 coins. And another 2 coins in the bakery. So he has 14 coins total, which means he can actually get one of the landmarks. And he's going to do that. And he thinks he might actually go for the airport, which is going to be 12 coins. So there's 12 coins going in. He takes the airport, which allows him, so it allows all players, by the way, all players, if they don't build on their turn, they can gain 5 coins. We bring another card out, and it's over to this player, who rolled 2 dice again. He's rolled a 4, which is the flower shop, or flower garden, should I say. This guy gets flower garden as well, so he's getting 4 coins. So there's 4 coins, and this guy's getting 2 coins, and he will purchase this one for 4 of those coins. So what that's going to do is if an 8 is rolled on his turn, he's getting 4 coins from the bank for each of these establishments. He's got 2, so that's actually worth 8 coins to him whenever that gets rolled. Back to the top player, he'll roll 1 again. So he's rolled a 1. He doesn't gain that, but he gains the 2 wheat fields. So that's 2 money coming in. This guy gets 1 money in. He has 8 money. What he thinks he might do with that is just spend 1. He's going to actually try sitting in just this area. So he thinks he's just going to live with the 1 die level. This guy will keep trying for the 2 levels. So we're back down to the lower player, and he's rolled a 10, which is the food warehouse. So he gains 2 coins from the bank for every cafe, hamburger stand, so anything with that symbol gains him 2 from the bank. So he's going to get 4 money for that roll, and he has 6 money total, and he thinks he'll put in 4 money for the mine. So it's the second mine. If an 11 or 12 comes up, he's really going to pull a lot in. Back over to this player. So we need to revive that again. He's rolled a 5, which gives him the forest, so he gets 2 coins. This guy's forest also gets 2 coins. He has 9 money, and he's going to spend 1 of those money to get another flower shop. So if a 6 gets rolled, each of the flower symbols, which he has 2 of, will get 6 money. Down to this player, who has rolled a 7. So he takes 3 coins from his opponent, and that is all. He has 7 money, and he thinks he'll spend 2 of that to get another food warehouse and replace that. Back to the top player, who rolls a 6, which is the flower shop. He has 2 of them, so he's getting 3 money for each flower card. So it's, this card's worth 6, this card's worth 6. He gets 12 money in. Because he has so much money, he can actually now afford to get his second landmark. And what he might do is take this one. This is a one-off ability, but it's take 2 coins from each opponent. So he will take 2 coins from that opponent. He needs to pay for it first. It'll be 14 coins. So 10, 14, that's paid for. And that goes just there. I think this gives you an idea of how the game plays. This player will really reap the rewards if he rolls an 11. So my suggestion is that he's trying to desperately roll a 10, 11 or 12, especially an 11, before the game ends. and this guy just needs to roll a 6 a couple of times. As soon as he's done that, he's going to have a heap of money to be able to purchase landmarks a couple of turns in a row. So look, I will leave it there. The game will continue until the third landmark is built by one of the players, at which point the game finishes and that player is the winner. If you have any comments or suggestions, please write them below. If you have any games that you would like to be Gamesplaned, please shoot me an email to thegamesplainer@gmail.com. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter @thegamesplainer to keep up to date with the games that I'm playing. Subscribe to my videos to keep up to date with the games that I'm gamesplaining. And until next time, enjoy gaming.